I wish I could make reaction videos, but I was born in 1956. I've heard all these songs. What could I possibly react to?
I was worth it, found my purpose, ran from the abyss to the surface, the reward constantly working.
Hey whippersnappers, Brian here to Boomer Reacts. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, thanks for checking me out. I listen to rap and hip-hop songs using lyric videos, and then I let you know what I thought about them. So who ordered the beef? I've been wanting to say that all day. So as you can see, I'm doing the Bridge versus South Bronx today, and you know, I kind of like doing beefs. I think my next one is going to be West Side Slaughterhouse versus the Bitch and You. Would that be correct? And then I have some suggestions here, but no song titles. Ice Cube versus Cypress Hill. I need one song from Ice Cube and one side from Cypress Hill that, you know, kind of tells the story. LL Cool J versus Modi. Nas versus Mobb Deep. 50 Cent versus Fat Joe. Lil' Kim versus Foxy Brown. So, give me some song titles from those beefs, because I don't really know what the you know, the main ones are, the main songs of the beef are. I'm going to read a little about the Bridge Wars, and then we'll get into the reaction, and then I'll close it down, and then I'll come back and do South Bronx. The Bridge Wars was a hip-hop music rivalry during the mid-1980s and early 1990s that arose from a dispute over the true birthplace of hip-hop music and retaliation over the rejecting of a record for airplay. The Bridge Wars originally involved the South Bronx Boogie Down Productions, led by KRS-One, and Marley Marl's Juice Crew, hailing from Queensbridge. The feud began with Marley Marl and MC Shan's track The Bridge in late 1985. The track recited the praises of their home borough and some of its earlier rap crews, and was taken to imply that Queensbridge was where hip-hop began, even though the song doesn't actually say that. The official story at the time was that KRS-One was defending the reputation of the South Bronx in response to MC Shan, and Marley Marl claiming that hip-hop started out in Queensbridge. However, KRS-One has gone on record in an interview with MTV saying that his real motivation was the fact that he and Scott LaRock earlier had approached WBLS radio station's Mr. Magic with a 12-inch single they had recorded entitled Success is the Word, under the group name 1241. 1241 spelled like the time, 12:41. Marley remembers, quote, "For years I was always wondering why these guys are so mad at us. We killing the game right now. Come on, what are you talking about? I never understood. So one day I was looking at KRS-One's bio and he said, one day it all started when Mr. Magic dissed us at Power Play. I was like, I don't remember that, because I was with Magic all the time. Then I started remembering. I remember a crew that he dissed because they were nice and waited and said, oh, Mr. Magic, could you listen to our stuff? It's the hottest stuff. Come in the room. And, you know, Magic was arrogant, and so he was like, all right, I'll give you a shot. Let me go in and listen to your shit. So we go in there, and they bump in it, and everyone's jumping around like it's the shit, and Magic goes over to the knob and just turns it down while everybody's dancing. And everybody stops. Oh, you like it? And he says, yo, this is garbage. You know what's dope? MC Shan, Roxanne Shante, the Juice Crew. That's dope. You all are whack. And he just walked straight out of the room, unquote. That is bad. During an era where a WBLS cosign meant everything, it was essentially a slap in the face. So after forming BDP, they retaliated by dissing Mr. Magic and Marley Marl's popular Juice Crew, using the whole Queens versus Bronx issue as a pretense. Not quite sure how I feel about that. They had every right to, you know, feel like they needed to get some kind of revenge, but to just knowingly take the bridge as a diss to the South Bronx. I don't know about that. While the back and forth between MC Shan's The Bridge and BDP's South Bronx suggests a rivalry built upon where hip-hop was birthed, the beef was, in fact, from Mr. Magic's slight of "success is the word." According to DJ Red Alert, BDP was looking to exact revenge however they could, and it just so happened Mr. Magic was aligned with the Juice Crew. How do you guys feel about that? That, the beef was sold to you as, where hip-hop started, but the real story is, KRS-One got his feelings hurt. Though MC Shan states Queensbridge is where his crew got started and his birthplace, he has stated that he never meant the song to say that Queensbridge is the birthplace of hip-hop at all, saying everyone knows that hip-hop was started in the West Bronx. According to DJ Red Alert, the record was innocent enough, as MC Shan has maintained. Red says they didn't actually say that hip-hop started out in Queens, but they were saying in their own terms that Queens was the place to be. Marley says, quote, 1241 went and got signed to Rock Candy Records and reformed themselves as Boogie Down Productions. We're talking about Scott LaRock, rest in peace, and KRS-One. When they heard The Bridge and they see this affiliation with Mr. Magic, they say, oh, we're going after them. So they went into the studio and recorded South Bronx, unquote. Wow, I didn't know a lot of that. Okay, so I'm going to listen to The Bridge now. I'll see if I can spot where, KRS-One, pretended that there was some kind of a diss to South Bronx. And then I'll do my reaction, and then I'll close down and go to South Bronx. Well, not go there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got MC Shan and Molly Mall in the house tonight. They just came from off tour, and they want to tell you a little story about where they come from. The bridge, the bridge, the bridge.
You love to hear the story again and again of how it all got started way back when. The monument is right in your face. Sit and listen for a while to the name of the place. The bridge, 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 the bridge. Hip hop was set out in the dark. They used to do it out in the park. Every place they said his name, it rang an alarm. Otherwise known as Me T Tom, a brother who's known for his rap, Jappy Jap, Larry Ladd, third least not last. A cool brother by the name of Gas. Face Brothers made you get loose. They was down with the brother called Cousin Bruce. They used to jam in the center. You had to pay so you could enter. Go to the door, get frisked just in order to get in. And if you wasn't from this town, then you couldn't fight and win. But every time they had a jam, they couldn't get no peace. So that's why the jams out there in the parks they had to seize, cause you was in the bridge, 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 the bridge. Why don't you wise up, show all the people in the place that you are bright? Make this here one jam that you do not start no fight. Cause that is one thing that we all must see done. If you start some shit, your ass had better run, cause you're in the bridge, 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 the bridge. with a girl named Shantae. Third line, you know it's me, MC Shan, ha ha, in the place to be. MC Man, he made them beg. He is the man who is known as Craig, the newest member out to get loose. Now he is down with us and he got the juice. This is the place where stars are born, and we are the only ones that can't be worn out by any place, any part of the world. And while I'm out on tour, keep your hand off my girl while she's in. Dead dreams, bought and sold. You gotta try and receive your goal. However you do it, however you may. Don't never listen to what nobody says, cause I will tell you the deal. You gotta go by what your heart feels, cause if you don't, you'll be misled by stupid little things put inside your head, by someone else that you will see. They're trying to lead your destiny. By the time you think about it, you're grown. Then you say, goddamn, I gotta lead my own. Grab hold of your heavy chain, which people always pull and always trying to restrain. You heard just what I said. They're always pulling you back when you wanna get ahead. They pull you back cause they're not with it. You talking about school, they're talking about quit it. Soon you'll see that time will fly, but you spent most of it out getting high. Thought about it much, much later. Could've went to school and been much greater, but you chose to leave that fate. Now you're sucking on a bone when it should've been steak. The whole purpose of the story I told was mainly to inspire you to reach your goal. Stop walking through life as if you are blind. You should reach for your goal, cause I'm reaching for mine, and I'm from the bridge. The bridge, 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 the bridge.
Keep on rocking the bridge, we'll keep rocking if the beat stop rocking the bridge. We'll keep it rocking if the beat stop rocking the bridge. I keep it rocking till the beat stop rocking the kids. Keep it rocking to the bridge, stop rocking the kids. We'll keep it rocking in the bridge, stop rocking the bridge. I keep it rocking if the kids stop rocking the bridge. We'll keep it rocking till the beat stop rocking the kids. We'll keep it rocking. Ladies and gentlemen, we got MC Shan and Molly Mall in the house tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we got MC Shan and Molly Mall in the house tonight. They just came from off tour. They want to tell you a little story about where they come from. They just came from off tour. They want to tell you a little story about where they come from.
His name is MC Shan. His real name is Shan. I wonder why he did that. It's not logical. MC Shan. All right. Anyway, the song was very 80s, and you know I like the 80s, but I did not like that chorus at all. It was annoying. Whatever that instrument or the sound during most of the song, it sounded like someone was trying to turn over a car. Yeah, I didn't like that chorus. I liked MC Shan was a good rapper for the 80s. But you know, I don't see a bright future for him. And I know that he left the biz because of KRS-One, or his career ended because of KRS-One. I'm not really sure how that worked out. But yeah, he mentioned a lot of what I'm assuming from what I read, you know, a lot of icons of Queensbridge. But then he got really inspirational at the end, which I liked. I kind of wish the whole song had been more of that. Well, that's The Bridge. It just seems like a really innocent song that, you know, got pulled into the spotlight. Let me see if I can see what I think the lyrics are that KRS-One picked up on and ran with it. You love to hear the story again and again of how it all got started way back when. The monument is right in your face. Sit and listen for a while to the name of the place. The bridge. Queensbridge. I could see why it could be misconstrued that way, but KRS-One was just using this as a pretense to get back at Mr. Magic, which is, shady. Okay, I'm going to close this down, and then I'm going to come back and we'll do South Bronx. Hello, I'm back. So I'm going to read a little about South Bronx, and then we'll listen to it, and you'll get my reaction. After KRS-One and Scott LaRock recorded South Bronx, the tape was given off to Mr. Magic's biggest rival, DJ Red Alert, who accepted the song as an MC Shan diss track. See, I said Shan this time. But next time I have to say his name, we'll forget this. On the track, KRS-One insulted MC Shan for being dropped by MCA Records after his unsuccessful single Feed the World, as well as calling fellow Juice members crackheads. Really? The song was very popular with listeners, with KRS claiming that Red Alert played the track 3 times back-to-back when it was first released. The song is similar in terms of content to Shan and Marl's track, except singing the praises of the South Bronx rather than Queensbridge, and made the argument for its being the real birthplace of hip-hop. The song premiered at a concert where MC Shan had just performed The Bridge. Really? Very sneaky. The beef continued on with the songs Kill That Noise by MC Shan and The Bridge Is Over by BDP. Eventually, other artists joined in, including Juice Crew, Roxanne Shante, Cool C, and Butchie B. On the B side of The Bridge was a song called Beat Biter, whereby Shan claimed that LL Cool J had stolen beats for his Rock the Bells from Marley Marl's Scratch theme. LL never responded. Eventually, KRS-One and BDP became wildly accepted as the winners of the ongoing exchange. A few diss tracks still followed from MC Shan as well as Black Poet, but they went largely unnoticed, as KRS-One had cemented himself victor. The supposed end of the beef was when MC Shan and KRS-One teamed up to do a Sprite commercial featuring both of the MCs in a boxing ring battling it out. The commercial ended with KRS-One getting the last word and appearing the victor, now on a more public stage. I'll have to YouTube that. South Bronx was produced by DJ Scott LaRock and KRS-One and is the first single from BDP's debut Criminal Minded. Oh, you know how I like to react to first singles off of debut albums. All right. I'm going to guess that the disses are a little more overt in this one. I'm really lucky that my favorite lyric video creator did both these songs, because he's really good. Real hip-hop lyrics.
Yo, what's up, Blast Master KRS-One? This jam is kicking. Word. Yo, what up, D Nice?
Yo, what's up, Scott LaRock?
Yo, man, we chillin' this funky fresh jam. I want to tell you a little something about us. We're the Boogie Down Production crew. And due to the fact that no one outside there knew what time it was, we have to tell you a little story about where we come from. South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx.
Many people tell me this style is terrific. It is kinda different, but let's get specific. KRS-One specialized in music. I'll only use this type of style when I choose it. Party people in the place to be. KRS-One attacked. You got dropped off MCA cause the rhymes you wrote was whack. So you think that hip-hop had its start out in Queensbridge? If you pop that junk up in the Bronx, you might not live, cause you're in
South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx.
I came with Scott LaRock to express one thing. I am a teacher and others are kings. If that's a title they earn, well, it's well deserved. But without a crown, see, I still burn. You settle for a pebble, not a stone like a rebel. KRS-One is the holder of a boulder, money folder. You want a fresh style? Let me show you. Now way back in the days when hip-hop began, with Coca, LaRock, Kool Herc, and then bam, Beat Boys ran to the latest jam. But when it got shot up, they went home and said, damn, it's got to be a better way to hear our music every day. People's getting blown away, but coming outside anyway. They tried again outside and see the park. Power from a streetlight made the place dark. But yo, they didn't care, they turned it out. I know a few understand what I'm talking about. Remember Bronx River, rolling thick with cool DJ Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out on the mix. When Africa Islam was rocking the jams, and on the other side of town was a kid named Flash. Patterson and Millbrook projects, Casanova all over, you couldn't stop it. The Nine Lives crew, the Cypress Boys, the real rock steady taking out these toys. As odd as it looked, as wild as it seemed, I didn't hear a peep from a place called Queens. It was 76 to 1980, the dreads in Brooklyn was crazy. You couldn't bring out your set with no hip hop because the pistols would go. So why don't you wise up, show off the people in the place that you are whack? Instead of trying to take out LL, you need to take your homeboys off the crack. Cause if you don't, well then their nerves will become shot. And that would leave the job up to my own Scott LaRock. And he's from
South Bronx, the South Bronx, 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 South Bronx, the South Bronx. South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Now 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 that's what's happening. The human TR-808, D Nice. The poet, the blast master KRS-One. The grand, incredible DJ Scott LaRock. Boogie Down Productions. Fresh for 86, you suckers.
Well, I like this song much better, but I'm still kind of peeved that this song was recorded not to, claim that hip hop started in South Bronx, but, to get revenge on Mr. Magic. It doesn't sit well with me, especially if it hurt MC Shan's career for something Mr. Magic did. It doesn't sit well with me, but definitely had a better beat. KRS-One, was he saying that he was rapping in the same 80s style that Shan was rapping, trying to copy him? because it kind of sounded like it, but you know, KRS-One has better rhymes and you know, better cadence, better flow. The bridge, you know, it's the 80s. It seemed kind of you know, old-fashioned. It had, you know, Shan was like there was an echo going on and simple beat. But yeah, this one was much better. And like I said, I can't love it because of why it was recorded. Does that bother you guys? Or it's like, whatever? I don't know. Or when did you know that it wasn't about Queensbridge versus South Bronx? When did you finally know that it really had nothing to do with that? It was about revenge against Mr. Magic. Let me know. Well, thanks for hanging with me, guys. If you like this kind of content, give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.